Hey everyone, so this is going to be a quick little whatever. It's not necessarily the daily affirmation. I love how I just start stuff and then I number it as if I'll continue. Sorry. But it's day one. Okay. It's day one of the Mercury retrograde. It is September the 10th, right? It's like it's officially been retrograde for a day. Or not necessarily 24 hours yet, but y'all know what I mean, okay? What's that? Pushback! Oh my gosh, he was so cool. Um, anyway, sorry. I think this transit is gonna be really good. Honestly, if I'm being completely honest, I think it is. It feels like Mars is being kissed by Saturn right now. And Mars in Aries is so hyperactive potentially that I really feel like the slowdown and the retrograde plus the blessings from Saturn when we move in the direction, it almost feels like there are things that we probably know that we could have been doing or should have been doing that we weren't doing, and now is the moment to begin to do all of that. And I think it's going to be really blessed by Saturn before Saturn goes direct and moves into Aquarius, right? While Aries continues to retrograde. And so we'll go from a square to a sextile, won't we? What? Well, because I think Saturn moves into Aquarius December, it's like December 14, 15, 16, or 17, somewhere around there. And Aries, I don't know how far back, and I don't know how far back into Mars Aries is going to go. So we probably won't get a straight up sextile, but it's going to get a lot closer to sextiling than the square that we're in right now. And the sextile is the opportunity, and the square is the lesson. So if we learn the lesson, we get the opportunity. So I'm just gonna see what card wants to come out. Like I said, I want to keep this fairly short, but I don't know. I'm feeling like this is going to be a really, really, really good transit, personally. Also, I'm not extremely down with Mars. So, the Queen of Wands, and look what she's holding. She's a cat. And it's either green or blue, I can't tell. I'm going to read the affirmation. But look at her. She's holding the star. Almost as if she's going to gift it to us. And the star is Aquarius. Queen of Wands is Aries energy. She's saving the star for when Saturn and Jupiter go into Aquarius. Both Jupiter and Saturn are going to be moving into Aquarius at roughly the same time. So I think we're actually going to get a conjunction in Aquarius, Saturn, Jupiter, probably within the first 5 degrees. I haven't looked that far ahead yet. I know that on like when Saturn moves into uh, Aquarius, Jupiter will be less than a degree in there, I think. And I'm going to read the affirmation today, actually. I'm glad I'm using my little zebra tripod. I'm glad it hasn't fallen over because it wants to act like my phone is so gosh darn heavy. Let's see. Page of Wands, Queen of Wands. Where'd the card go? Oh, this probably isn't the Queen of Wands, but we're gonna look at it anyway. No, it's the Two of Pentacles, and it's a fox. We have a fox with the Two of Pentacles, and it's giving me the energy of, it might be the Nine of Wands in the Healing Light Tarot. I think that's the deck where there's a person that was like lifting up a thing. I don't know. It just reminded me of that card. Let's just say the Nine of Wands, right? Two of Pentacles. See, we got that little barbell down there that we was lifting before when we were training. But now it's time for the things that will actually bring good into our lives. And I knew that that wasn't the Queen of Wands. But this Two of Pentacles isn't about juggling. It's about elevation. But there is almost this, there is an energy of duality and polarity. I'm getting like, I know it's not a lotus, but I'm getting lotus vibes off of that up there. Where did I put that card? But it's like he's lifting the bottom one with his foot, and he's lifting this one with his hands. So it definitely does make us more powerful. And the foxes here. The foxes for me right now are those divine tricksters that are bringing the truth of people or of situations to the light, right? Because it may have been on the Legacy channel. I think it was over here. I can't remember the video now. But there were snakes in the garden. Snakes were in the garden. I was like, oh, there's some snakes in the grass, and they're sort of on the pulpit right now preaching a good sermon. But behind closed doors, you know, they snakes. But then the fox came out with mice. And I was like, okay, because foxes are like tricksters, kitsune energy, shapeshifters. And it was like, these foxes are going to shapeshift into mice to lure the snakes out of the grass, because the snakes can't resist the mouse. They just can't. Like the scorpion who couldn't help but sting the frog on the back, where they both died. And the water, emotions. Right? It's like we need to gain control of ourselves with that scorpion energy and realize that patterns of habit that we've fallen into is not necessarily our nature. And with the frog, it's about setting healthy boundaries, right? To cross sort of this river or the sea of emotion, to wade through everything that we need to heal and to come out better on the other side, right? I really don't know where I put that Queen of Wands. She just performed a magic trick. Well, I'm just going to read her entry. I was going to hold her up, but apparently she don't want to be held up. But I guess I did just say that she's going to be holding on to the star for us until Saturn, Jupiter, primarily Saturn, rolls into Aquarius after the solar eclipse in December. And so there are going to be these things still that we're doing in this next few months. We're going to have a Venus-Mars trine because Venus is in Leo right now. At some point, there's going to be a Venus-Mars trine. Also, what else was I going to say? Mars is going to square Pluto, and Mars is going to square Jupiter. And if we continue on this aligned path, I think they're all going to give us blessings, right? And they're all about to go direct too. So by the time those squares happen, those planets might actually be direct. I don't know. They're all retrograde right now. But yeah, I really can't find the queen, so I'm still going to read her entry. I was going to hold her up to show her, but that's fine. Y'all saw what she looked like. Are they both foxes? No, the queen was a cat. This is a fox. Okay. So, the Queen of Wands. Yes, queen. Okay. I love this deck. Yes, queen. This electric dynamo is the epitome of radiant feminine strength. She's bright, thriving, driven, vibrant, social, and an inspiration to everyone around her with that star. In other words, Oprah to the power of Beyonce. What? Oprah to the power of Beyonce. Okay. She asks that you pull the curtains off your soul and let your light shine boldly and unabashedly. Trust that you know what you're doing and unleash your genius onto the world. The only downside You can't look directly at your brilliance or you'll permanently damage your retinas. A small price, really. That's interesting. Because it said that the only downside is that you can't look at your brilliance. It doesn't say that other people can't look at your brilliance. So, again, with Mars retrograding, it could be the case that in Aries, and the Queen of Wands is Aries energy, cardinal fire, just throwing that out there. But it could be the case that, like, we don't even see in us what other people see. Or it's like we don't think that we're doing enough, but in reality, the action that we're putting in, because it may not necessarily be all at once, right? Because, I mean, Saturn is playing a part, and then Pluto, and then Jupiter, and it is retrograde, right? So it's kind of sort of more about the impact than it is about the speed, right? Not trying to get too vulgar, but let's just say it's really a quantity. No, it's really a quality. Sorry, a quality over quantity time right now. And if we're used to evaluating against a metric of quantity, then we may feel that we're falling short. But again, it's all about the quality right now. So I think it's also about not overanalyzing it, not overthinking it, just shining boldly and authentically, right? The affirmation here is, I stand in my power and own my limitless... Oh, girl, I ain't saying that. I stand in my power and own my limitless... I'll just say bad buttery. Okay. Then I use it to change Girl! Why is she cussing so much? Then I use it to change every crap thing in the world I can. Oh, so it's I stand in my power and own my bad buttery, my limitless bad buttery. Then I use it to change every crap thing in the world that I can. And it's giving me the energy of the Knight of Wands that I read. I think it was on this channel. I don't remember what's on which channel. So it reminds me of the Knight of Wands and my phone is right here. And I just wiped my iPad recently, so I don't think I have the book on there. Darn it. But the Knight of Wands is all about moving forward compassionately and inspiring others. It's about owning the power of your own voice and also being a voice for others who are silenced if they need it, and really leading by that positive, powerful example. Now, I'm not going to read the Two of Pentacles, but with the Two of Pentacles here, it's almost like when we come into our power more fully and more authentically, we have the ability to shape the world around us in some way, in the ways that we can. And it's almost like with the Serenity Prayer, we no longer have to accept the things that we can't change, because we discover that we can, right? But again, with Mars and Aries retrograde, it isn't necessarily about these huge shifts. It's about the little ones. It's about like those day-by-day decisions that add up. It's about all of the fights that lead to victory, to capture this point and capture that point, and to, create and maintain supply lines, and to protect the innocents and the civilians. And it's like all of those things that we don't necessarily write about or we don't necessarily think about when the grand happens, right? When it's actually over. Bottom of the deck is the card that I've been seeing a lot in this deck, the Tower, and I literally just got this. It's the Tower. The Tower is actually Mars energy. So it's interesting. We got the Tower with the Queen of Wands and the Two of Pentacles. I mean, like I said, it's the power to really shape the world around us by doing what we can, by standing in our power, and by not backing down. And it isn't necessarily to be extremely confrontational and combative, but it's just standing in our own power. It's like, no, not for me, thanks. I'll pass. But this is what I got. I hope that y'all have a good whatever whenever you see this. I'm in here currently working, girl. Can I flip the camera when I don't think I can. But I'm in here working on my fermentation assignment. And I think it's actually going to be easier. I found the document. I ended up saving it, and I didn't think I did. That has everything that I need in it. So, I mean, I guess that's a little bit of a message that, again, we kind of sort of have everything within us that we need for these times. We just need to begin to utilize them. So, catch y'all later. I did want to do Sun, Moon, Rising through the major minor quartz and see what this Mars retrograde will bring, but we'll see, because that will be a longer video. And I really, like I said, it's time to start doing the things that we know we need to do, and that includes me, because I got places to be, and it's like we're really getting started now. So, all right.